this is Alan here, and welcome to my channel. Today is the day 4 of my YouTube challenge, and I wanna practice my spoken English today. So today I'm gonna read some English articles to you guys, for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I'm chewing. I'm chewing gums. So forgive me if the sound is not good. Okay. Now here's the first article. People often says says that dog is man's best friend. Over thousands of years, man has taught his dogs to do many kinds of work besides guarding the home. Besides guarding the home. For example, sheepdogs are famous for their ability to control a flock of hundreds of sheep. Dogs have been used to aid disabled people for centuries. A guide dog, a guide dog can lead its blind owner. Nowadays, dog can be taught to turn on light switches, open refrigerator doors, and dial the telephone for their disabled owners. For the majority of people, however, dogs are simply pets and friends for both young and old members of the family. Okay, now here is the second article. A bank robber stole a lot of money. He was caught and sent to prison, but the money was never found. When he came out of prison, they watched him to see what he would do. Here is the detective reporting to the inspector. Yes, sir, I found Johnny. I followed him all. I followed him all around the town, but frankly, I couldn't make anything out of what he bought. Here's the list: shirt, heavy crowbar, box of chocolates, shovel, heavy hammer, bunch of flowers. The inspector said, "Good, that helps me a lot. Do you remember how we watched him helping his neighbor, old Mrs. Judson, to cover her backyard with cement?" I don't understand about this story actually. A bank robber stole a lot of money. Maybe this story wants to tell us that bad people can turn good, can become good. Okay, here's the third article. Life is not about just getting by. Life is not about just getting by. Life is about reaching ever higher, building one achievement on top of another, and creating real, meaningful value in each moment. The common stone on the ground does a great job of just getting by. You, on the other hand, are destined for much more spectacular things. Are destined for spectacular, spectacular things. Yes, indeed, you will certainly meet a number of challenges when you make the effort to raise your world even a little bit higher. The good thing is you are superbly equipped to thrive on those challenges. This is your precious and unique life, and it is absolutely worth all the trouble and effort you must go through to make it great. Within you, at this moment, are beautiful dreams, and you can begin to live in the direction of those dreams whenever you choose. Let go of the false security of just getting by. Let go of the false security of just getting by and get yourself into focus on a purpose that will bring your life gloriously to life. Your very own path, your very own pathway to success is just one quick step away. Okay, here's the fourth article. We must face failure, as we all know. Failure is the mother of success, but few people can really understand what the saying means. What the saying means. In the world, I am sure that no one dare say he hasn't had any trouble in his uh, he hasn't had any trouble all his life. So we must face failure. In fact, failure is not fearful, but important thing is how to face it correctly. Facing failure, people will never take their fate lying down. They will try. They will try their best to work harder and harder until at last they succeed. Not being courageous to face, not being courageous to face setbacks. People have no chance to enjoy the pleasure of success, so they have nothing to do but feel sad and empty all day and all night. In fact, they, they lose the chance of success themselves. My friend, whenever in trouble, please remember failure is the mother of success. Okay, now is the fifth article. Hello everyone. The whole world is in short of energy. Saving the energy is very important. As a student, we can do a lot in our daily life. For example, we should keep the light off when we don't use it. We should take a we should take a shower instead of bath to save water. Don't keep the tap running when you wash your face or brush your teeth. When we go shopping, we can take cloth bags instead of using plastic bags. Many people write on only one side of their paper. Why not try using both? To save the energy, we should also reduce pollution. Recycling old newspapers, glasses, and cans and waste paper is also a good idea. Let's work harder together to save the energy. Okay, now here's the sixth article. It's from the book called The Last Night of the World by Ray Brad, Bradbury. Bradbury, yeah, Bradbury. is a tender, simple story. The first line alone is universally intriguing. What would you do if you knew this was the last night of the world? Okay, let's begin. Do you know I won't miss anything but you and the girls? I never liked the cities or autos or factories or work or anything except you three. I won't miss a thing except my family and perhaps the changing the weather, the glass of cool water when the weather is hot, or the luxury of sleeping. Just little things, really. I won't miss a thing except my family and perhaps the change of the weather and a glass of cool water when the weather is hot, or the luxury of sleeping. Just little things. They sought, they sought, read the papers and talked and listened to some video music, and then sat together by the fireplace looking at the charcoal embers as the clock struck 10:30 and 11 and 11:30. They thought of they thought of all the other people in the world who had spent their evening each in their own special way. Okay, now here is the seventh article. It's from the book called the called Happy Endings by Margaret Atwood. You all have to face it. The endings are the same, however you slice it. Don't be deluded, deluded by any other endings. They are all fake, either deliberately fake, with malicious intent to deceive, or just motivated by excessive optimism, excessive optimism, if not by downright sentiment, sentimentality, sentimentality. The only authentic ending is, is the one provided here. John and Marie died. John and Marie died. John and Marie died. Okay, now here is the eighth, uh, eighth article from the book called The School by Donald Barthel. Barthel. They asked me, where did they go? The trees, the salamander, the tropical fish, Edgar, Edgar, the poppers, and mamas, Matthew and Tony. Where did they go? And I say, I don't know, I don't know. And they say, who knows? And I say, nobody knows. And they say, it's that which gives meaning to life. And I say, no, life is that which gives meaning to life. Here's the nine, article, number nine article, called from the book called The Clean, Well-Lighted Place by Ernest Hemingway. Hemingway. The two waiters inside the cafe knew that the old man was a little drunk, and while he was a good client, they knew that if he became too drunk, he would leave without paying, so they kept watching on him. Last said. Why? It was in despair, 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 I guess. What about nothing? How do you know it was nothing? He has plenty of money. Okay, here's the tenth. Here's the 10th article from the book called The Looking Glass by Anton Chekhov. By Anton Chekhov. Then she saw against the green background how her husband every spring was in the street for money to pay the interest for the mortgage, mortgage, mortgage to the bank. He couldn't sleep. She couldn't. She couldn't sleep too, and both racked their brains till their hands ached, thinking how to avoid being visited by the clerk of the court. She saw her children, the everlasting apprehension of colds, scarlet fever, diphtheria, bad marks at school, separation out of a brood of 5 more than the next one was sure to die. Okay, now here's the last article from the book called Symbols in Times by Vladimir Nabokov. Nabokov. The last time the boy had tried to do it, his method had been in the doctor's. His method had been in the doctor's words, a masterpiece of invent, inventiveness, inventiveness, a masterpiece of inventiveness. He would have succeeded had not an envious fellow patient thought he was learning to fly and stopping just in time. What he had really wanted to do, was to dare a hole in his road escape. All this and much more she had accepted, for after all, living does mean accepting the loss of one joy after another, not even joys in her case, mere possibilities of improvement. Okay. Now we finished all the articles. Forgive me if some words that I didn't pronounce correctly, because actually some words in these articles I actually don't know how to pronounce it, so I just um, say it by guessing it. So forgive me if I didn't pronounce it right, and you can correct me in the comments. Okay, now here is